This is a walkthrough of the Community Foundation of Northern Illinois scholarship application process. The first thing you're going to do is go to our website, cfnil.org, which you can see here. You're going to click in the Scholarships tab at the top, and that will take you into the section that has everything you need to know. There are many resources listed on the side here, including a document that walks you through the application, eligibility minimums, any other random questions you might have. There's also additional resources that outside of the Community Foundation, like other ways to other places to look for scholarships and such. We also have a section specifically for counselors and references, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So the first thing we recommend you do is you check out all the different scholarships that are listed here. We currently have 83 different scholarships that could award up to $225,000, and they're all listed right here. So you can sort by type and by region. So let's say I want to sort, that shows me all the scholarships that are for Boone and Winnebago County and continues on like that. So if you want to know more about the specific scholarships, just click on the name and it takes you to a page that includes the purpose, the criteria, the essay prompt, and often there's other background information about how the scholarship was established, and that can be very helpful when you're writing your essay. But when you feel comfortable with all of that, you're going to jump into our web portal to actually apply for the scholarships. You can reach the web portal by clicking Apply Now. It's at the top of every page and on the right-hand side in the scholarship section. So that takes you here. The first time you log in, you're going to need to register. So when you register, you need to use an email address that is not affiliated with your school. You're going to use the same login to access the web portal and the application every year. So you want to have use an email that isn't going to disappear. And you should only have one account. Our backend system doesn't like having more than one account associated with a single person, so you need to use only one account. There are ways that you can include a password hint. If you forget your password, that'll be sent to you. And you can also reset your password yourself from the system. So always make sure only one login per person. So when you're going to include your contact information, including a password and a hint, and then accept the terms and conditions and choose your portal access level. The portal is used by everyone who is involved with the Community Foundation, including grant applicants and reviewers. So you need to choose your level or choose what kind of access you have. Scholarship applicant is the only one you need as a student. Don't choose anything else, just scholarship applicant. Then provide your personal information. This actually gets copied into the application and is used to create your accounts in our constituent management software. So please use correct grammar and punctuation and capitalization, because it makes it a lot easier for us on the back end. So when you're all set, click register. When you do that, you'll get an email confirmation code that'll be sent to you pretty quickly. If you don't see it within a couple of minutes, make sure you check your spam or your junk folders, and you need to use that the first time you log in. In this case, I am not logging in for the first time, so I don't need the confirmation code. I do, however, have to enter my password. Alright, so once you're in, as a scholarship applicant, you're only going to see this section up here, so we won't have all the rest. This scholarship applicant, by clicking on that link, takes you to this page. This is your home page. At the top are some instructions, but you'll also see 3 other sections. The first are the alerts. So this is if you have anything that you need to do, such as finish a scholarship application. You will not have this many alerts. This is because we use this application or this login for testing. So don't worry, you're not going to have that many things to do. But you will see at the bottom here the other 2 sections. Saved applications is the same as the My Saved Applications link up top here, and that takes you to all the applications you've started. Additionally, you have the My Scholarship Application Profile or Applicant Profile. This is the application that's open and available. As you can see, it's going to be open until February 1st. So when you're ready to start, you click here. I, however, have already started an application, so I'm going to click here and open the one that I've already begun. So this is what it's going to look like. It's set up as a series of tabs. The first tab is the instructions. It looks like a lot of information, and it is, but it is going to be your best resource. If you have any questions, this is the first place you should check. And then our website, and then after that, if you really are stumped, then you can give us a call. Okay, so the first tab that you fill out is the contact information. You can see here, you're going to put in anything. Put in all this information. Anything with a little star next to it means that it's mandatory or required. You have to fill it out. This particular field will fill out automatically and you can't edit it. So that's why it's important that you use proper capitalization in your login, because that's where this is drawing from. Okay, so when that's complete, then you'll click Next to go to the next tab, which is the Educational and College Background. So this is where you're going to provide all of your college information about college and high school, where you plan on attending, your academic information. If you've graduated if you're graduating the upcoming year or have graduated within the last 5 years, you have to provide academic verification information. So that means someone from your school, usually your counselor, needs to verify your grades. So you put their contact information in here. The email address is going to be the most important part, because it automatically sends them an email asking them to complete a form when you submit your application. So you need to make sure that that is correct. You're also going to provide your GPA information. In this case, I'm listed as graduating in 2018 and as a high school senior. So I need to report my unweighted GPA. That means it's on a 4.0 scale, and it shouldn't be any higher than a 4.0 from the end of your junior year. So that's the grade you're reporting now. Your verifier will report your grade as of the beginning of, or as of the first semester senior year. But you're providing the end of junior year. With a lot of these questions, you'll see a little blue question mark next to it. That has more clarification regarding that specific question. So you click on it, and this gives you a link to a place where you can convert your grades to a 4.0 scale. Okay, so going through, you're going to provide all your academic information and then any college information. So if you have taken classes at a college, you're going to click yes here. And this is an example of a contingent question. So it's a question questions that are based on your answer to a previous question. So you're going to see throughout the application big blank spaces. So here, big blank space. When you click yes, all of a sudden the information is there. So in this case, you're going to choose the college you attended, and put in your GPA, and that's as of right now. You're also going to attach your transcript. That's how we verify the information, but we do need you to write in all the courses you've taken as well, because everything is reviewed anonymously, so our reviewers don't actually have access to your transcript. It's just for the staff to make sure that everything is correct. So that's why we do ask you to rewrite all the courses you've taken here. So for the purposes of this application, I'm going to say no, so I can move on. Okay, so then I'm going to click next, and that takes me to the personal history section. This is where you give us the information you tell us about yourself. The personal history or personal statement is your elevator speech, I like to say, about yourself. So this is 2 to 3 sentences, very succinct, that say, this is who I am, this is what I want to do with my life. We also ask you to list your activities and honors, any employment, community service, and as any sports that you've participated in. One note is that you're going to want to save very often. Our system will log you out after a certain amount of time if you haven't had any activity, and anything that hasn't been saved will be lost. You'll see up at the top here, this is how you navigate within the portal. So I always recommend you save and exit if you're trying to leave your application, because you can always come back and work on it. But if you click just exit, anything that isn't saved is lost. So make sure, remember, always save and exit, and save anytime you do anything. The next section is the financial information. About a third of our scholarships do require do take financial need into consideration, so you need to provide your student aid report, which is the document that you get when you complete the FAFSA, and that tells us what your EFC is, which is the estimated family contribution. So that is the number that determines your eligibility for these financial need scholarships. However, it's always a good idea to provide it, even if you don't have enough, if you think your EFC is too high or you don't have enough need to qualify. And oftentimes, financial need is a component, but not the most important component of a scholarship. So it's worthwhile to provide it. Otherwise, you are automatically taking yourself out of consideration for a third of our scholarships. So if you want to provide that information, click here. So this is, we're going to put in information from the most recent tax year. See if you click here, it tells you where exactly you can find that on your 1040. The total number of people in the household, and then the expected family contribution. Okay, and you do have to provide proof of this. So you're going to upload your student aid report here. There's information here on how to get your student aid report. You can download it from the FAFSA website, and it's also emailed to you. In this case, I'm just going to upload a PDF. Wherever you need to upload something, it does have to be in a PDF format. There are instructions on our website how to make something a PDF. If it isn't, you can also have use the library to scan documents. Okay, here you also have the opportunity to tell us about any special financial circumstances. Okay, this section is the matching question section. This is the section that tells us what you're eligible for in most cases. So there are a lot of questions, a lot of yes/no questions, as you can see. And some of it may seem irrelevant or repetitive. For example, we ask if you plan to teach, but then we also ask if your field of study is going to be education, and that has to do with the specific scholarship criteria. So just answer each question as completely as you can to try and maximize the number of scholarships that you're eligible for. I promise it won't take very long. The next section is the references section. Everyone needs to provide 2 references who will write a recommendation. And when I say write, we actually mean complete a form. This works just like the high school academic verification, where you provide their contact information, including their email, and then when you submit, they get a form. They get an email with a link to a form that they need to complete. They have to complete this form online. Our reviewers don't have access to anything else, so we can't accept letters or anything like that. They need to use the system. Okay, and then the last section is the certification system, or certification tab. So this is where you agree, yes, I agree to all your terms, and I acknowledge that everything is correct. And after that, you're ready to select scholarships. So this is the point at which your applicant profile gets locked. So once you select your scholarships and click continue, you cannot edit that. So make sure that you're totally 100% ready to go. If you're not, then click cancel down at the bottom here, and that'll take you back to the My Saved Applications section, and you can get back into the application and start again, or edit it rather. But these are all the funds that I've been matched to based on my answers. If you click on the link, it pops up all the criteria for that particular scholarship. You can see that in this case, I've been matched to a lot. I have the option of selecting all and choosing to apply for all of them. However, there are a lot of cases where it would make sense to maybe take a look at the criteria, because it's possible that you meet the minimum eligibility without actually being a good candidate for that scholarship. For example, the Rockford Product Scholarship. This is one that has a lot of applicants. It has a very wide criteria. You can see it's you just need to be a graduate of a school in the 4-county area, have a GPA of at least 2.75, and have financial need. However, you can see at the end here, it says you have to, a demonstrated interest in business or engineering studies as a career are positive factors during the selection process. So in this case, I've answered that I'm going to be a teacher. I'm studying education. I plan to teach. I am probably not going to get this scholarship. There are going to be many other students who are specifically studying business and engineering who will be better candidates. So it may not be worth my time to apply for this scholarship. But there's no penalty for starting a scholarship and not finishing it. But once you get to this point, you can't pick more scholarships. So it's never a bad idea to check them all and then pick the ones you want to apply to later on. Otherwise, you have to start over entirely. So once I've made my selections, I'm going to click continue. You're going to get this alert because you are locked in. You cannot change anything on that profile once you click continue. And then it's going to take us back to the saved application section. Okay, so this shows you all the funds you've been matched to. And it says more information required. So if I need to fill out this application, or I want to write the addendum, I can just click on it. Okay. So now I'm going to be able to see all the applications that I've created. You see now, instead of just saying created, it also says a fund. So that means that you're ready to write the essay. So we're going to choose the Maffioli Scholarship. In order to access it, I'm going to click Applicant Profile, just like the other application, but you'll see there's a new tab. This is where the essay is. We strongly recommend going back to the website and checking out the scholarship information for that specific fund to bring in that background and criteria. It always is helpful if you reference that. You can see here, this is one of our more general questions. Based on the scholarship, why are you the best candidate? So you'd enter your essay here. As you can see, it tells you how many characters you have. You have 3,000. That's about 500 words or so. You'll see down here at the bottom the financial information. This is for the reviewers only. Don't worry about that. It's just copied in from the other page. That's again to protect your privacy. So you can click save. You can certainly start and come back to this. You don't have to write everything at once, but then you'll click submit when you're done. So I'm going to say yes. I'm good to go. All right, and now that application is done. It is locked. I cannot edit anything. My references, which include both the people filling out the recommendation form and the academic verification, they've received an email saying that with a link to bring them to the form to complete. They have a couple extra days. They have until February 19th to complete that. So it's your responsibility to make sure that they do get completed. If you go here to references, it'll show you the status of all the references you have in your system. You'll only have 3 listed here at most. But you can see here, this is editable. So let's say this email was entered wrong. I can edit it or put in a new one and then click send email, and that resends the link. So if they didn't get it, or they deleted it, you need to do it. The staff cannot. You need to send it from here. You can also see the status. So if it says completed, that means it's done. No need to worry. But by 8 a.m. on February 19th, you need to have this all of your statuses here need to say completed. And each reference only needs to fill out the form for you once, but they may receive multiple notifications if you submit your applications at separate times. So say you finish one on, December 31st and hit submit, and then you complete another one on January 2nd and hit submit. Your references are going to get 2 notifications. So we recommend just wait until they're all done and hit submit all at the same time. We also suggest that the references wait until after the applicant deadline to complete it, just to make sure that everything is correct. So the Community Foundation is always available to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Our contact information is on nearly every page. Our main phone number is 815-962-2110. That will get you to us Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. If you send me an email, we will get back to you as soon as we can. So good luck, and all of our applicants will be notified by the end of April whether or not they've received a scholarship.